Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I haven't done a video in a while. I don't have any excuses, I just got lazy, but I've been really wanting to get back into it. And yeah, so I filmed this look for you guys today. It sort of is like pin-uppy, reminds me a little bit of the 1940s glam. I never normally wear headbands or anything like this, so I put it on and then this sort of happened. I do have a quite large pimple on my cheek right here, so at the very end I decided to turn it into a beauty mark. But yeah, so I decided to go with a bright lip as well because we're in spring at the moment in Australia and I just felt like doing something a bit bright. The lashes are amazing. These are like my all-time favorite. They're the Sienna lashes number 35 by Glam Manicure. They look like that. They are awesome. I get at least 5 wears out of these bad boys. And they're super comfortable even though they're quite dramatic. Like they don't feel like I've actually got real heavy lashes on. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more future videos, and also give me a thumbs up if you liked this, and also if you want to see more tutorials like this in the future, also give me a thumbs up so I know that you guys like it. Now this is the look. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you want to see how to achieve this, then just keep watching. So I've already primed my face and put on my eyebrows. I'm going on to concealer and I'm just taking my Napoleon Purtis Correct to Conceal palette, and I'm just using the green shade at the moment, and I'm just putting this on any blemishes I have, and this is going to counteract any redness from the blemishes. And then I'm going to take the lilac shade from the palette also, and I'm just going to use this shade on the dull areas around my eyes, and this is just going to brighten up my eyes even more when I use my concealer. So for concealer, I'm using my Revlon Colorstay Concealer in shade 02 Light Pale, and I'm just going to use this to carve out my eyebrows. Now I'm just going to take my finger to blend out the concealer. Using your fingers is a great way to blend out cream products because the warmth from your finger just really melts the product into your skin. And then I'm just going to repeat the same steps on the other side. I do really like to do this step just because if I have made any mistakes, or if my eyebrows are a little bit thicker than the other one, this is just a really easy way to clean everything up. Now taking this off-white creamy matte eyeshadow from my Carly Bible palette from BH Cosmetics on a flat shader brush, and I'm just going to set that concealer under my eyebrows. This will also act as my highlight underneath my eyebrow too. So now I'm taking my Too Faced eyeshadow primer, and I'm just going to be applying a little bit of this on my lid and blending it out with my finger, and then I'm just going to take that same eyeshadow I used to set under my eyebrow to set the primer as well. Now I'm taking my Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, and I'm just taking the shade Mousse on a fluffy blending brush, and this is just going to be my transition color. So I'm just going to blend this into my crease, not being too precise with this one, just sort of fluffing the color around. So now I'm just going to take the shade Peanut Butter, and I'm just going to blend this into the crease as well. I'm being a little bit more precise with this color, but really I just want this color to bring a little bit more warmth to the eye look, because Mousse is a little bit more of a cool tone brown. So the next shade I'm going to take is called Truffled from the same palette using the same brush, and this color is a little bit darker, so it's definitely going to give me more definition, and I am being more precise with this color, focusing it more on the outer edge and just not blending it as high into my crease. I want to keep this color quite low, and then I'm just taking this big fluffy brush just to sort of blend everything together. So the next eyeshadow palette I'm taking is my Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. I love this palette, smells so good, and the shade I'm using is Nuts About You, and I'm really focusing this right in my lower part of my crease. This really brings a lot of warmth to the look. Then the following shade I'm going to use is called Spread the Love, and I'm just putting this onto my lid and also more on the inner part of my lid at the start, and this is just going to open up the eye and give a little bit more dimension. So now I'm taking my Too Faced Sketch Marker Yoso Too Faced Black Liquid Art Liner, and I'm just going to do a winged eyeliner with this. I always start with the tail of my wing and work my way across my lid. I just find that's what works best for me. Eyeliner is just something I feel like I'm going to forever struggle with, but hey, practice makes perfect. I've just got to try and do it a little bit more. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way the eyeliner actually turned out in this look. So I do a little bit of a celebration dance because it's not every time I do eyeliner that it actually turns out half decent. Now I'm taking one of my all-time favorite mascaras, the Essence Lash Princess Mascara, and I'm just giving my eyelashes a generous coat of this just before we start on the face. For foundation, I'm taking my good old trusty double wear from Estee Lauder. I believe I'm using the shades Rattan and Bone mixed together. I use more of Rattan and less of Bone because Bone's a bit light. And then I mix these together and I just spread them all over my face. And then taking my damp beauty blender, I just bounce that around on my face till it's all blended in. For concealer, I'm also taking one of my favorites. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I'm using the shade 10 today. It's one of the lighter shades, and I'm just going to really brighten up the eye area and just do a little bit of concealing. This concealer is awesome because it's really lightweight, but also has a really good medium to buildable to full coverage finish. And yeah, so I'm just putting this right under my eyes. I also take it down the sides of my nose, my chin, my lip, the center of my nose, and my forehead. Now I'm just taking that same beauty blender I used to blend out my foundation, and I'm just going to blend out the concealer with this. Beauty blenders are really good to use to blend out any cream product because if you put too much on, they're really good at just taking that little bit extra away so you're not too heavy underneath the eye area. Now I'm just using my Kryolan Shine Free powder mixed with a little bit of my Ben Nye banana powder to just really bake and set under the eye. I love putting a lot of powder under my eye area because I get quite oily, and this just really prevents my mascaras from smudging. Now it's time for lashes. These are honestly the best pair of lashes I have come across to date. They are the Sienna number 35s from Manicare, the Glam range of them are, not mascaras, sorry, eyelashes. And they are just so dramatic but also very comfortable to wear, and they just go with any sort of eye look. And you've just got to make sure that you measure these to your eye and then cut them to make sure that they fit your eye shape, as I just did then. And then when you put the glue on, wait at least 30 seconds before it's quite tacky. And then when you stick it on, it's going to stick where you've put it and it's not going to slide around while the glue's trying to dry. And then I just like to pinch my lashes together with the falsies to just seal everything together. Now to set the rest of my face, I'm taking my Napoleon Purtis Camera Finish in the shade G4. And I put quite a lot of this on just because I'm really oily, and the more powder I put on, the less oily I get throughout the day. So I'm just putting this on the outer perimeters of my face and a little bit down my neck. And also I put quite a lot on my forehead as well, just because I get quite shiny there too throughout the day. So now I'm taking my L'Oreal eyebrow gel in the brunette shade, and I'm just combing this through my eyebrows to set the hairs in place and to also take away some of the powder that's fallen into them. And then just to clean them up a little bit more, I'm just taking some of the gel on an angled brush just to sharpen things up a bit. And then if I've made any mistakes, I just wipe away with my saliva on a Q-tip. A little bit gross, but hey, it's just my saliva. Now I'm taking Hoola by Benefit, and I'm just taking this on an angled brush and just chiseling out my cheeks, doing a bit of contouring. I love doing this step. I feel like it really just finishes off a look besides your falsies. And yeah, I just like to make sure that I do this from the top of my ear and just make sure I don't blend this too low. You want to try and blend this up higher because it's going to lift the face. And I also do quite a lot on my forehead just because I feel like I have a large forehead, and this just brings it down a little bit. Taking the same Hoola bronzer but just on a small tapered blending brush, I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit more precisely than I normally would. I do find it quite hard to contour my nose just because my face is quite uneven, but I gave it my best shot and it turned out fairly nice, so I'm happy with it. Now to warm up my face a little bit more, I'm taking my Napoleon Purtis I Woke Up Like This bronzing powder. I do think this may be limited edition because I got it in a free gift, but it's an awesome bronzer. You only need a little bit, which is great because it means the product lasts you way longer. You've just got to go in there with a lighter hand, but it's just a really good bronzy natural color. And now I'm just taking that same mascara and just giving myself some bottom lashes. I love when I do this step, it just opens up the eyes really well. Now for highlighter, I do go a little bit obsessive. I am using 3. The first one I'm taking here is by Becca Cosmetics. It's a Champagne Pop color in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill here on YouTube. And I'm just applying this to the highest points of my face. So places like my nose, my cheekbones, on my cupid's bow, and just above my eyebrows, anywhere where the light is going to hit my face. And the next shade I'm taking is actually a pigment from Napoleon Purtis, and it is in the shade called Winter Lily, and it's a loose eye dust, and I'm just applying this again in the same places I applied the Champagne Pop. This has got a blue undertone, so when I put the next highlighter shade over the top of this, it just gives it a really nice champagne-y icy look. So the next one I'm taking is Mary Lou by The Balm, and this is just going to cancel out a little bit of that blueness and give it that icy finish that I'm after. And here I'm just taking a matte black eyeshadow and I'm just filling in that gap on the top of my eyebrow there. Taking my Too Faced The Power of Makeup palette, I'm just taking the blush I Will Always Love You from the palette, and I'm just going to apply this on the apples of my cheeks, bringing the colour out towards my temple as well. I just love this blush with this look. It just gives so much warmth and peachiness to the look, and it just really complements my skin tone. Now I'm just sussing out what lip color I want to go with, and I decided to go with a bright orange, and the lip liner I'm using to outline and fill in my lips is by Napoleon Purtis in the shade Perfect Poppy. I do like to not only outline my lips with lip liners, but I also like to fill in my lips with the same color before I put lipstick on, because I just feel like it makes the lipstick more true to color and makes it also wear much longer than just using the lipstick on its own. For my actual lipstick, I'm taking my MAC lipstick in So Chord, I think it's how you pronounce it. And this is a matte finish, it's just a bright orange. And I'm just putting this all over my lips where I have the lip liner. And now I'm just setting everything in place with my Max Fix Plus spray, and then I'm just taking that same eyeliner I used to do the wing eyeliner from Too Faced, and I'm just putting this on the pimple on my cheek to turn it into a beauty spot. And then I'm just taking that same brush I used to set my concealer under my eyes, and whatever powder is left over on it, I'm just brushing that over the spot to dull it down a bit. And then I took some of my eyebrow gel on a Q-tip and just went over some of the beauty spots I already have on my face, and also the other one, just to make it more of a brown rather than black. And then yeah, that's the finished look. So I'm awkwardly posing here, and yes, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video.